Burnside.
All units, go.
Open up!
Police! Open up!
What's going on? What you wanting
Mrs.
here?
Vincent, Sunhill
Yes?
Police. We have a warrant to search these premises.
But
Any
you
help
won't
that you
find-
give us, we'll be able to help yourself. But please do not hinder us in any way.
But you won't find anything here.
Never mind about all that. You just help us now here.
But it's going straight.
No, that's fine. It's okay. We'll place the door. Everything will
Shut
be-
up!
Just be quiet.
Down here, Ted!
Hang on.
Shut up! Put your clothes on, you're under arrest.
What's the
You're
trouble?
under arrest!
What's
Put
this
your
all
clothes
about?
on.
Robbery with violence. Your Carl and his mates have been mugging little old
As quick as
ladies.
you can.
No. Anything?
The milkman reckons the landlord threw everyone out a couple of weeks ago.
Great.
I'm not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say may be used in evidence.
Right, Ted, and you, Phil. I want this place turned over. Cards, cash, keys, phone cards, train passes, anything that looks like it's come out of a wallet or a handbag, I want to see it.
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about no robbery with violence.
Not according to our information.
What information?
Reliable information.
And you can't tell me who gave you this address?
So we were acting on information which led us to believe we'd up with Henderson's premises. Unfortunately, this time our information was obviously, well, incorrect.
Oh, too right, Buster. What are you going to do about me door? Huh?
We'll have someone down to fix it straight away, sir. Don't worry.
I should hope so.
Look, sir, I'm very sorry to disturb you and your family with this, but I'm sure this is a very...
Nice tip off,
Oh,
Tim.
hang on. When you come in, you break my door.
Carl Vincent, robbery with violence.
Caution.
Yeah.
Empty your pockets.
I ain't got nothing on me. Was in bed, weren't I?
Dave, do something about that singing, will you, please? Sarge, have you got anything?
Searching his place now.
I won't find nothing, though.
I think you better read this.
You all right? Andrew,
Right.
word.
Carl, if I have your address, please.
See this gets back where it belongs, Conan.
Sir.
Morning, Frank. I trust you've heard from your other commandos? Yeah. Listen, any chance of an ID parade this morning?
Don't tell me. Instead of a gang of muggers, you've got one wrong address, one empty property, one suspect, and still no evidence.
Yeah, well, you give me unlimited resources and I'll stick a surveillance 24 hours a day on any tip I get. Now, yes or no, I can see Maitland's already itching to let the scrope go.
Carl's agreed.
He will.
Well, I suppose I can sort something out if he does.
Cheers.
And I want Young back.
My pleasure.
It's not Jim's fault the information was duff.
You should have checked, Viv.
Do you always? Plus, it was a reliable source. It was the same snout that gave us Nick Paul. We've been trying to stop these attacks for weeks.
You should be out bending the ear of that snout of yours. And you ain't got time to have breakfast. Go on, move it. Right, anyone heard from Ted? No. And we still haven't got anything on these other two characters, Baxter and Roberts. Right, Tosh. I want you and Smollett to dig up anything you can on Baxter. Friends, parents, girlfriends, anything like that. Then find out if there was another Roberts living in a similar address to the one that Alistair and Jim turned over this morning.
And I got up early for this.
Now, Alistair, I want you in on the interview. And since Carl has very kindly agreed to take part, you, Viv, can start digging up bodies for an ID parade.
Oh, great.
Now, if I'd have been a few years younger, I'd have gone after myself a little bitch. Half.
Oh, don't worry, sir, we'll get it.
Do you want a hand with this buggy, miss?
Now, perhaps you could just tell me what happened.
Well, she tried to buy a watch with this. It's reported stolen.
181 from 171. Receiving?
Received.
I got an Eureka. We're coming back to you.
Understood.
So you never found nothing at Carl's place?
No.
And no plastic, nothing. They're just not looking hard enough.
Well, what about these other two? Baxter and Roberts.
Well, I don't know. Them's the addresses I had.
Now look, Gary, I need some help here, because all I've got so far is 3 busted doors and a load of aggro.
All right, Jim. I'll do what I can. I want to see this scum inside as much as you do. I mean, can't have our people being attacked like that, can we?
Our people?
You know, decent people.
What you keep taking pictures for, man? This ain't no holiday beach, you know?
Just so we know what's damaged and what isn't, madam.
And how am I going to go to work with a busted door like that?
Well, it's very good of you to stay and help us like this, Mrs. Vincent. Your Carl's got a lot of nice stuff.
And he don't like no one touching it neither.
Must have cost a bauble too.
So?
So he must have a good job.
Look, Carl made his mistake, and he paid for it. And he swear that thieving's all behind him now. The boy's changed, I know. Before he was lazy, no good. Now he wouldn't even let me lift a finger round the house, nothing. Does the hoovering, dusting, everything. But he's never going to make something of himself if you people don't stop harassing him.
So where does he get his money, Mrs. Vincent?
The horses?
Yeah. And the dogs.
You don't honestly expect us to believe that, do you, Carl?
It's true.
Oh, yeah. We've been told you and your mates make a living by sticking a knife under old ladies' noses. Bit of a move up from Cast Terriers, isn't it?
Well, you've been told wrong, didn't you?
So where do you bet, Carl?
All over.
For example?
Ladbrokes in Duke Street. Done a 200 quid Yankee there last week.
We'll check it out.
I'm sorry. I just found the card and thought I'd use it. I needed stuff for Emma, food and everything.
You'd have difficulty digesting this.
I was going to sell it.
Oh, yeah.
Transport?
I found this in the toe of one of his trainers. His mum went spare. Apart from that, the place was as clean as a whistle. And Tosh had drawn a blank with the other two.
Yeah, well, a quarter ounce of smoke isn't exactly going to thrill a court, is it? Listen, I want you to go over to Bookies in Duke Street as soon as they open. Our pal reckons he done a £200 Yankee in there last week.
Nice one.
Yeah, if he did. And if he didn't, he's got a lot of explaining to do about where he gets his hackers from.
How's the parade coming?
We're getting there.
Well, let me know when you do.
No, simple procedure, and you would help us a great deal if you cooperated.
Don't touch her!
Kathy.
What's going on here? What's going on? What's the charge, Sergeant?
Obtaining property by deception, sir. Stolen credit.
All right, all right.
No! What did I tell
Marshal.
you?
Right. Is there anyone who can look after the baby while you're here? The father?
Oh, God!
No. Your mother, then? Social worker?
Look, I said I don't want no one knowing I'm here. At least if I'm no Ponzi social worker. Get me chucked out the B&B, that would.
Oh, come on, sit down. Come on. Look, your accommodation could soon change anyway. You could go to prison.
Should be fine.
The thing is, I thought a description rang a bell, you know, when we nicked her. And, well, you know, I wondered if you had any luck with the old crime sheets.
I was going to get Emma a new coat, see? A warm one, because she gets these coughs because of that poxy room we're in.
Right. And where exactly did you find the card, did you say?
Near Sainsbury's, Kimberley Road. Please see Hollis entering the room. Won't go to prison, will I?
Well, that's not up to me, but first offence, baby. You probably get probation, I should think.
Yeah, except it ain't your first offence, is it, Lorraine?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah? So you're not, nor never have been, Wynne Hunter, eh? Or Mrs. Angela Maples?
Yeah. There you are. £205.20.
Do you remember who placed this?
We don't get many big winners in here. He was a young black guy. Comes in a lot. He wears a baseball cap.
That's helpful.
Let me think. I know, he's got a small scar here. Always seems flush, you know, splashes his money around. Doesn't seem that bothered when he loses either.
So? Right, well,
First of all, apologies for the Roberts address. Total cock-up, that. Baxter, he was living in that squat until about a fortnight ago. Then the landlord got heavy and kicked them all out.
Yeah, I know that, Gary. I want to know where he is now.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is your guess is as good as mine.
Carl Vincent?
You not turned anything up yet?
They're getting an ID parade together.
Ah. Right, well, we'll get a result then.
Oh, you know, do ya?
Yeah, because he's a villain. Well known. Jim, have I ever let you down before?
Sarge, this is Mrs. Johnson for the ID parade. This is Sergeant Peters.
Very good of you to come down at such short notice, Mrs. Johnson.
Anything to help with the sod away who did it. I owe him one.
I'm sorry?
Now, please walk along the line at least twice, taking as much time and care as you like. If you wish, the constable will walk with you. When you've done so, I'll ask whether the person you saw earlier is on the parade. If he is, please state his number, all right?
Yeah. It's number 6.
Oh, what is this? A bleeding fit up!
Just calm down, okay? Just take it
Get
easy.
your hands off me! I'm getting out of it.
You're staying where you are. Mr. Vincent.
Resumption of interview with Carl Vincent by D.I. Burnside and D.S. Craig.
Right, Carl. This changes things a bit, doesn't it?
Where'd you dig her up for, mate?
Sorry?
I never seen the old cow before, and you know it, man.
Well, it looks like she's seen you before. Like the time you stuck a knife in her throat and ripped her off.
It weren't me. I never mugged no one. You got the wrong geezer. Look, what is going on here, eh? Why am I being fitted up?
You're in a lot of trouble. There is a world of difference between a poor, single mother living in one room in a B&B who finds a credit card and uses it on impulse, and a professional criminal who's been systematically kiting for, what?
Oh, it's 9 months at least.
What's that going to look like to the courts, eh, Lorraine? Emma or no Emma?
Yeah. All right. It weren't my fault. You try bringing up a baby on what they give you.
Right. Well, as I said, we can't offer you any deals, but if you just give us the name of the bloke who supplies you with the cards, we could...
Just! I told you I can't. He'd kill me if he found out.
Yeah, well, we needn't find out, need he?
Oh, yeah. Like to have that one over on me, would you?
Well, that's up to you, Lorraine.
What would happen to Emma if you was banged up?
She'd probably go into care. Or as she's so young, she might go to prison with you. Either way, it's not much of a start, is it?
Cheer up, mate. You're off the hook.
ID parade. Bingo.
But I won't sack my snout then after all. See how do you, mind you, you know how ID evidence can go in court.
Yeah, she seemed pretty sure, though.
Who told you? Who was she?
Irene Johnson.
What about 30? Good looking.
35.
Are you sure?
Reasonable, yeah.
Oh, I took a statement, you know, at the hospital.
Well, she's come up trumps.
Afraid not. She's changed her mind.
What?
She doesn't want to testify.
I don't believe this.
Believe it, Frank. The woman had a terrible ordeal.
Yes, and she couldn't wait to put the tow rag away for it.
His outburst must have got to her. It's understandable.
The brief will be here any minute.
So, we've still got enough to hold him on. The witness picked him out. She made a statement.
Look, Gov, why don't I go and have a word with her? It's just that, well, I interviewed her after her attack. I think she trusts me.
What, talk around, you mean?
I'll go.
What?
Well, it's nothing. It's just I've been thinking.
I thought I could smell burning.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's about this Carl Vincent bloke.
What about him?
Well, we just picked up this young mother seat with card fraud, Lorraine Davis. Turns out she's been kiting for months, right?
So?
Someone done a runner on your calf?
Oh, ha ha.
No, it belongs to Lorraine Davis. See, the thing is, I think she might link up with Carl. He pinches the wallet, see, pockets the dough, sells the plastic to Mr. Big, who in turn farms out the female cards to girls like our Lorraine. Eh?
Mr. Big. Hello, Irene. Remember me, Jim Carver, son.
Oh, yeah. What do you want?
Here we go, girls.
Resumption of interview with Lorraine Davis. WPC Data, PC Hollis and DI Burnside present.
This is Detective Inspector Burnside, Lorraine. I thought you might like to hear what you had to say.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, you had a chance to think about our little chat?
Yeah.
And?
Get stuffed.
What?
You heard.
But what about Emma, Lorraine? You're looking at prison, you know.
Take our chances, won't we?
Does the name Carl Vincent mean anything to you?
No.
Over to you, Sherlock.
There's no need for that, really.
They ain't going to court if that's what you've come to chat about.
Well, it is, actually.
Surprise, surprise. I thought you might be my victim support.
Look, no one's put you under any pressure at all, have they? Not to testify.
What, you mean threatening me?
Yeah. Look, I know it's hard and all that, having to see him again face to face, but there's no reason to be scared.
I ain't scared.
Well, that's what he's going to think. He's going to be walking around boasting that he's got away with it because you won't stand up to him in court. The big man. Is that what you want?
Look, I don't care what he thinks or what he does. I just don't want to go to court and that's that, all right?
Well, it's not, I'm afraid. See, you picked out a suspect from an identity parade and then made a statement. We could get an order requiring you to give the evidence.
Well, I'll just say I made a mistake then, wouldn't I? There's no law against making a mistake, is there?
I don't get you, Irene. When you were in that hospital, you told me you would do anything to put away the bloke who attacked you. And now you can do just that. You're going soft on us.
It's just I ain't sure that it was him no more, that's all.
Well, what made you change your mind? You were pretty sure this morning, by all accounts.
It wasn't him. At least, he wasn't the one I saw. Look, I was only trying to help, right?
Meaning?
Meaning, I was told it was that bloke with the scar that attacked me.
Told?
Yeah. But I never saw him. I don't want to send someone down who never did it.
Well, who told you?
It's my brother.
And who's that?
He says he knows you. Gary Andrews. He's got the cafe down by the station.
Brian's told us there's one.
Duff?
Interview suspended, the Burnside leaving room.
Message for you from Jim Carver.
His snout put the witness up to it.
I mean, why Gary and why Carl Vincent, for Pete's sakes? Look, I told you, I know he's no good. You can smell it off of him. I mean, him and Baxter and Roberts flash their money around the Lord Nelson like it's going out of fashion, you know what I mean? And don't try telling me they're betting up the dole money, because nobody's that lucky.
What about the evidence?
Well, that was for you to find.
Yeah, but we didn't, did we? Look, you can't have us lifting blokes just because you don't like the look of them.
He done my sister.
But you don't know that, Gary. But Irene doesn't even know that. In fact, you don't know if he's done any muggings. I mean, just because he's black and he's young and he's got more money than you.
Our people. And when we didn't find anything at his place, you got on the phone to Irene and you told her how to identify him when she came down to the ID parade.
Great!
I ought to nick you. I mean, I used to come out today with something to show.
You wouldn't.
Why not?
Nick Poole, Alan Grayson, Mark Kelly, Rog Nichols, Steve Patton.
Yeah, all right.
All right. You were a good snout, Gary. Once.
He wants putting away, Jim. Believe me.
Not all blacks are muggers, Gary.
Yeah. Just a lot of them.
We won't be pressing charges for the possession of cannabis. That will remain on file. If you're later reported for any other offence, it may be taken into account against you. Do you understand? Right. Sign there, please. That's it. Free to go.
What? No apology? Nothing? Kick my mum's door down? Pigs? I should do you lot for wrongful arrest!
Well, if you do want to make a complaint, sir, you'll have to come to my office. Of course, it could take some time.
Ah, forget it. I ain't staying in this toilet any longer than I have to.
Nice work, sir.
Wish I could say the same for CID, Sergeant.
Look, Lorraine, we can still put in a good word for you, you know. If you'd only just cooperate a bit more. You don't have to go to prison.
What's the great about being out here then, eh? Income support and living where water runs down the wall? Do me a favour. At least inside we'll get a warm room and 3 meals a day.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Vincent?
It wasn't sucking up properly, you see.
Yes.
So I got to change the bag. Underneath, at the bottom.
Clean as a whistle. Crack.
I can't believe he'd lie to me. We only got each other, see? And I can't have him doing with drugs.